In today's video we're going to look at rigging your characters inside Cartoon Animator, so stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Eon and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel. The channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation, and if that is you, welcome. You are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. Now today we're going to look at rigging your characters inside Cartoon Animator. Now I'm not going to go and show you how to do it. I want to basically give you the fundamentals. If you understand the fundamentals of rigging, then it will be much easier for you to rig your characters in the future. So if you just can understand how it works, how rigging works, I'm sure you will know how to do it. Doesn't matter what software you are using as well. Now the reason I'm doing this video is someone from my community, one of the subscribers, actually sent me an email and said he's busy, he's new to animation and he wants to rig a character and he's really struggling, and so I thought let me make a video on that. So if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below, and then I know what type of videos to make in the future that will help you guys. That's the purpose of this YouTube channel. So in front of me I'm now in Cartoon Animator, and I just have this basic dummy character. Okay, and the reason why I've decided to work with this character is because you will actually see everything clearly. Okay, so basically if I select the character and I go to composer mode, here you will see a bone structure, the skeleton of this character. Now when you rig your character, basically you are creating this bone structure. So if you don't create or rig your character correctly, it means the bone structure won't be right and your character won't move the way it should. Now for example, there's a left arm, forearm, hand, neck, head, etc. Okay, so these points, we call it pivot points. These is actually, the pivot points are where all the joints are. So for example, the shoulder, the elbow, the hand, the neck, the head, everywhere where a body part is going to move. Okay, so on each joint there will be a pivot point. So it is very important to put those pivot points at the correct places. Now the reason I wanted to show this dummy is, let's go back. You'll see there's red dots and there's circles. Now that is normally how I create my characters as well, is I create where two body parts connect, like for instance the lower arm and the upper arm, where they connect I make a circle. Okay, as you can see, or let's use for example the hand, the forearm and the hand. On the image or on the character there's a circle, and in the middle of that circle is a red dot. Okay, now that is the perfect place to put a pivot point. So all my joints, when I create my characters, I create a circle and I put my pivot points right in the center of that, because then I know the body part will move correctly. So for example, if I take that hand, let's do that. If I'm going to take that and I don't put it in the center, okay, now if I am going to rotate the hand, you can see it isn't rotating the way it should. Okay, but if let's just undo. Okay, but now it is in the center, and if I'm going to rotate it now, that is how it should rotate. Okay, so it's very important to put your pivot points right in the center of all your joints. Then you can see there exactly the same with the foot. This character some characters that you create will have a thigh and a shank, and then you just put that pivot right in the center, and then you'll have a arm and forearm, and you put that pivot point right in the center. So to put your pivot points at the correct areas is crucial. Okay, now you can either adjust your pivot points or rig your character inside Cartoon Animator in the composer mode. Like I showed you, you can just click there, click that bone, transform bone, and then you can just drag it to the right position. You can see it is off center. That is not where it should be, so let's undo and put it right in the center as well. Okay, so you can, the first place where you can rig your character is inside Cartoon Animator, and you do it in the if I go back, if you upload your character, you can go to composer mode, and there you go, and you can just select that bone and you can drag it into place. If you create your own characters, you can do it inside your drawing software. Now if I go to Clip Studio Paint, this is a dummy character that I create. Normally I create a dummy character, and then I just can add hair, clothing, and customize it, and I can create different types of characters. Okay, now you can see what I did here with the forearm. There's like a circle, the shoulder, there's a circle, there's a circle. Everywhere where there's joints, the knee, I've basically almost created a circle. Okay, and then I just drag my pivot points to that circle. Now there's two types of pivot points, and this is also very important. The first one is for your bone human. So what this is, when you create your character, you can now just drag all the pivot points to the place where it needs to be. The neck, right hand nub is there at the end. Right hand, I want to put it in the center of that circle. Forearm, exactly the same. Try to put it in that center of the two circles, and then you just drag all the pivot points to the correct spots, and you just need to make sure it is exactly where it needs to be. I'm just dragging it roughly just so that you see. So this is where you can also rig your character inside the drawing software as well, and these pivot points will create that bone structure. Okay, now there's, like I've mentioned, there are two different types of pivot points. The first one is your bone structure. The second one is for your face. Okay, so let's just quickly zoom in a little bit, and okay, so there you can see is the face. So if I'm gonna open up there, so basically what your face pivot points is, it is actually marking where the different facial features are. For example, Cartoon Animator will use these pivot points to know where your mouth is, where your nose is, where your ears are, and then especially when it comes to a 360 head, basically Cartoon Animator links the nose to the nose pivot point, and it moves that pivot point, and the nose will move along. Okay, so that is basically what that is. So now what you do is exactly the same. You can now just drag everything into place. So let's go right ear. There's my right ear, so I need to put it roughly there. Left ear, put it on the left ear. So I put it normally right in the center. Mouth, put it at the mouth. Nose, there's nose. Right eye, I put it in the center. Left eye. Right brow, left brow. Face, and then you've got your back hair, front hair. So if you don't have front hair or all of those things, I just normally put it right there at the top. Not the end of the world. So now I have moved everything to where it's supposed to be. So what happens now, Cartoon Animator will know exactly where's the mouth, where's the nose, where's the left eye, where's the right eye, and then when you animate your character, it will then move these pivot points, and because the mouth sprite is linked to the mouth pivot, it will move the mouth. So this is very important to get right as well. So basically you do it in your drawing software, and if you don't have a drawing software and you want to do it inside your Cartoon Animator, let's just drag a character here. Let's delete this one, and we go here. We go to face, transform sprite, and you click on whatever, and you can now move it, make it bigger, and that will actually tell you where that pivot point for that facial feature are. So it is very crucial to understand there's two different types of pivot points. The one is for the body, and that is your bone structure. So it's important to get the pivot points at the correct areas so that the movement of the joints works the way it should. And then the second type of pivot point is your facial pivot points, and that is where the different facial features like the eyes, the mouth, the nose is all linked to those pivot points, and that is to tell Cartoon Animator where those facial features are, so that your character can also animate correctly, especially when it comes to your 360 head movements, etc. So those are the two pivot points. So two things to remember: the body pivot points. It is crucial to get those pivot points at the correct spots when it comes to your joints. And the facial features is make sure the pivot point is right in the center of that specific facial feature. So the nose, put your nose pivot right in the center of your nose. Now, if you are still quite unsure of where those pivot points needs to go, one thing that I can suggest is take a dummy character. Let's just take any character. Let's just drag this one, okay? You will upload. And this is just, you can use this now as your reference, okay? So you can go to composer mode. Okay. Let's just show the bone. Okay. And now, if you don't know where to drag all the pivot points for the body, the face is pretty obvious. The left eye goes on top of the left eye. But with the body, if you don't know where it should go, the head nub goes to the top. That is head nub. Okay. Head. Now you can just search for the head. There's the head, and you can drag it to where it is placed. The neck. So you can just drag your mouse over the specific areas, see where it is placed, and now you can just do exactly the same. Right hand nub goes there, and you know where to put it. So you can use characters of Cartoon Animator as your reference point to know where to place all the pivot points, and that is basically rigging explained. So again, if I can summarize, there's two types. One's for the body, which is actually your bone structure, and the second one is for your face, and that is to tell Cartoon Animator where all the body, the facial features are. And if you do that correctly, you won't have any issues with your character. So guys, I hope this video has helped you. Let me know in the comments if there's any other questions you want me to answer, where maybe topics for future videos, etc. And if you're new to animation, I do have a free video training in the description box below. There's a link, just click there, sign up, and in this training I'll work alongside with you, and it is just like an hour video if I'm not mistaken, and yeah, you work alongside with me, and by the end of the video you would have created your very own animation. And that for me is very important, that you actually animate, not just watch YouTube videos, but that you actually animate, and that you have something that you can look at afterwards. So guys, that is it for me. I hope to see you guys next week. Remember to hit that subscribe button and also on that notification bell, so that you know next week when I'm going to release my next video. And then also remember, every Tuesday I do a live stream. I'm currently working on a dog character, and I've actually rigged that character this past Tuesday. Next week I'm going to do the 360 head. So if you're interested, feel free to join us every Tuesday for my live stream. And then also I have a promo on currently for my mini courses on my website. I have 2 mini courses. They normally go for $17 each. The one is for the 12 principles of animation, if you want to learn that. The other one is the animation pipeline. So if you want to create your own animation projects, you follow the animation pipeline. So I currently have a promotion on. You can get both for $17. So basically it is 2 for the price of 1. So you can get both of those mini courses this week. The promo ends this coming Sunday. So if you're interested, in the description box below, just click on online courses on that link, and then you can just go to sale or bundles, and it will be there and you can purchase that. So guys, that is it for me. I'll see you guys next week. So happy animating and God bless.